What's up, peoples? It's a Terraformer, and let's see how long I can pretend that this is not post-commentary. Oh crap, you got me. I forgot to set the microphone. Oh man, I'm so intelligent. So, yeah, that was just me fixing with the volume. I would have just left it in because I was talking right through it, but it kind of doesn't matter. This is Saharas of Something Words Island adventure, and figured I'd do it because this was the day that I would be doing it if I did Zargon yesterday, which I didn't. I didn't really feel like playing Zargon today. I wanted to play this, and I might be changing the order slightly because this could potentially, definitely will get hard, and Zargon may not, and I'm going to pretend it will not. So the order will be changed so that I don't have, or actually no, it wouldn't matter, but I guess I'm considering Mario X World not as challenging or some. I actually don't even know because I had an order thing idea going on and then it kind of jogged my memory, but I'm not really talking about this now, am I? But that is mostly because I already did talk about it. But, you know, I didn't really like my commentary in it anyway, so I'm not really sure. But, oh well. Yeah, I definitely did one more level than I should have, but a lot of Peach stuff, and that's pretty neat, because you don't really see a lot of the Peach levels, or should I say Cood levels, because there's only one Cood level, but I might consider making one for a certain something. I don't know. I know somebody has one, but they didn't want to submit it because it was too hard. But then you see some of the levels, and I think they are too hard. So I had an SMBX related issue earlier today. So I decided to add background to one of my levels to make it look fancy and stuff because I didn't really have any good actual ideas to actually start up the second half of any of the levels, I might add. But yeah, we're already doing this type deal. It's a few times, but probably should be more even so, but you know, it's fine. It's whatever. But I add all this stuff in, and because I'm like not, well, I wouldn't say not smart, but I do like to have lots of musics in my thing. I have like 5 MP3s, so it kind of increased the size of it, and I kind of ended up taking one out, but you know, apparently there's a 14 megabyte size limit to these levels, and I did not know that, and I do not understand it still. But yeah, there's another shell here, so obviously something's gonna start up in a few seconds, whenever the hell it is. I got a black screen there, that means there's probably going to be a bit of delay on this commentary. So yeah, buffer exceeds overflow a whole lot. It's pretty great. I don't even know what happened there. I didn't cut it out, and that's unfortunate, but it doesn't really affect anything. Maybe it's in the sound and you can hear it well. Apparently you have to do that, and I'm pretty sure most other people could have figured that out a little sooner, but with the power of editing, you don't have to witness it in its form like that, and yes, stuff. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing about that. I don't know, because I mean, it's under 14 now. It was like 16, and it runs, but I had to take out a song, and I don't like having to do that. And then the other level, which I showed off on this channel, in like a non-privatized form, also, it, yeah, it's at exactly 16. I haven't got a crash on it yet, but I have a feeling if I start adding stuff, because I think it said that any tile on it will be thing, and that's pretty handy when I'm only halfway done with any of the levels, except for the one level, which I'm not even close, because it has 6 stars in it. Is anyone like, well, I don't know if it's gonna have 5 on the map or 6, but you all get to know there's a secret star that's gonna be lying in there. But see, the concept of the level, and I'll spoil it, I don't care, because, you know, there'll be plenty of people playing the game that won't see this commentary, because it's kind of boring and drawn out, because it's post-commentary. Oh man, somebody knows how to use layers, and events also. So, yeah, it's basically, it has 5 paths, and they're all available and accessible fairly simply from the start of the level, and then it's like kind of 5 mini levels. Not really mini, I mean, one path is gonna have a midpoint and a boss fight, but, you know, it's not like extremely lengthy, but it's going to be a challenge of like each one has a little gimmick going on, and I think it's pretty creative, even though the guy on the thing, he said, like, I think it's either 3 or 5 stars more, and these don't work. But I've seen stuff like that work, but it doesn't work well, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Mostly like rotatable things, like maces and faces and spinny wheel platforms. Yeah, those are the ones. But yeah, getting back on topic again, I forgot where I left off, and yeah, it's gonna be kind of difficult-ish, not really, but you know, that kind of it kind of relates to another level, which I'm having trouble not starting, but you know, I have a really neat idea for a few ASMV2X levels, and the one should be really neat. I already told somebody the title and the concept, so they will not be surprised. But I don't touch that block, and I think I should, but I don't have to because I get all the Dragon Coins anyway, and then I don't in a future level. Oh no, I spoiled something, but you know, but by the time at which the video is lengthening up to, you can already tell at some point I start dying, and you know, it's not in this level. I thought I should point that out there because I'm pretty deep in. It would have been pretty sad also. And yeah, these levels just go on, and they're like 8 minutes. This level is like 8 minutes or something. I don't know. Or at least it was without editing, but it's almost that anyway. So let's talk about things that are completely obvious to the viewer, because you can maybe, I don't know, maybe you can't. I'm not entirely sure. I go after these boxes and they're totally completely worth it to go after, but it seems a little easier than like Super Mario World, but then again, it's a different type platform anyway, so I don't know why I would compare the apples and oranges. I think I even said that in the video at some point, but you know, that's pretty, and yeah, there's a chasey one, but he's of no threat because he's at the end of the level, and I was pretty far ahead of him anyway. So, yeah, we keep going, and there's like a castle thing here, and it's Birdo's fortress, not anyone else's fortress but Birdo. And also, I don't know if I cut it out, but I was trying to change characters because I wasn't sure if I was supposed to go back to Mario or not, and I forgot that they have the thing in the beginning of the levels, of most levels. It would seem so that I may or may not have been cut out, or maybe no, it wouldn't be after this level. Why would it be after this level or even the next level? I am not entirely sure. But yes, that's what's going on. I'm already completely out of commentary, so see you guys next time for more action of me throwing fire at fire. Yes, at this point I get a thing that happens. I was on a website, and apparently it thought at that random moment that I wanted to listen to some sports advertisement or something, whatever the hell it was. I don't know what it was, but the internet's getting pretty freaky these days when like a completely inactive website that didn't have an ad on it earlier just kind of sporadically like, no, you have to listen to this right freaking now. We know what you're doing, and we see you, and we're watching you while you sleep at night. And also, yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised I didn't take like 20 minutes to shell hop here, because clearly that flower is, or dragon coin I should say, is, you know, there. Then here I get confused because it's kind of obvious where I have to go for what I'm trying to get at, but you know, I save you guys the trouble of me being confused, which isn't about one. There, it's right here. I'm a little confused. I don't know what I'm doing, but you know, it happened, and it went away already. Yep, there is no Podoboos here past South. There's just this guy. And I was confused. I was like, is that gonna be the hitbox? And that's a pretty nice gargoyle. And then we start getting into the level proper after this room. It's a pretty neat level, I say. But I think it's even made more neater that I kind of lucked out on some dodgy bits, and it looks pretty neat. And you know, it's pretty there for World 1. You know, it's pretty cool, I guess. You know, I said this at the end of the thing, but I'll say it now because it kind of pertains to what I was just saying. And I said it's like nice that it's like a kind of difficult thing that's not ASMVXT or Yavel's thing, because I remember the talking time seeming a tad easy on the easy side, and you know, it's not bad, but I don't know. I've never actually played it also. I've just seen the LP like whenever the hell that was. So I just figured I would say that, you know, I saw where I had to go. I thought I had to spin jump on this thing cuz things, but you know, the hitbox kind of attacked me. It was pretty intense combat there, cuz you know, it was kind of not there at all, but it still hit me, and I'm still upset about it to this day, and it's pretty sad. I really need to get over it, but well, it's kind of hard when the game just reacts like in such weird ways, and it's not like there was any power-ups like later on in the level, and you know, you kind of look like you have an axe suit there, but you don't. It's just the regular fireball suit. Slightly disappointing, but you know, not so much. I think he has the type of difficulty where he puts those Venus fire guys in every single level, which isn't necessarily a bad thing per se. Well, it kind of is a bad thing if they're in every level, but I don't know if they're in every level. They're in at least this level and also the next level. Spoiler once again, because why would I say that if stuff? And I don't have a cape yet, so I can't go up there, and I'm curious if there's like maybe some sort of hidden extra secret exit thing that I have no idea how I would know. Maybe there's like a text later that says, oh hey, go here, and there's like a hidden secret. That'd be pretty cool, I guess, but it's also, you gotta beat the first half. But then again, the first half's like not really hard. I should have kind of spun jumped there, as I will display in the future. It's fairly easy to do Podoboo jumps in this hack, because, you know, I don't know, you don't phase through them for whatever the hell reason. But you know, I gotta wait for the swamp because there's things going on. I can't really spin jump upon that fire for whatever reason. I wonder if you can kind of change that, because you can change some things if they are NPC related, and you know, you can change flags, and flags do special events, like they display allegiance to a country if you so choose to do such maneuvers. You could do that, or you can like wave down a truck that is going 90 miles per hour and the train is going 53 miles an hour. At what point do they both reach Johnny's butt? If you don't answer this correctly, you will fall into that bed of spikes right there, because the platform will just decide to not exist. If you don't have power up, you will die instantly and have to start over. And you know, that's just kind of the general consensus of life. I mean, if you're not looking for things like such I just asked, and you're not doing math problems 100% all the time, you're clearly not playing a video game, and you might be doing something else. I don't know what that other thing is, because, you know, the maths is also kind of interchangeable with music related stuff, and apparently video games and music related stuff are the only things and only color that I dream about in my life. And my commentary took a turn for the worse, or maybe the better. It kind of depends on your point of view. I mean, it was getting at least a tad more interesting than anything I even said on this entire recording that doesn't exist, because I'm kind of a dumb, but I kind of, I hit the button like a few times. That was the last time I did it. Yes. So I was all excited. I was like, this is so cute. We have a murder room from Yoshi's Island, and I was like, hey, I think the coins might have to do with it. They didn't, as you can maybe tell. I don't know. You might not be able to if you're like just listening to the commentary, which I don't know why the hell you would be doing that, but I also just did a Podoboo jump in case you're not watching this. I also dodge every single mushroom that spawns, and I like this boss because it's neat and it's fair, and it has like it makes Birdo kind of challenging-ish, and it also has wings. It's kind of confused about sexuality, but we don't like to talk about it. And yeah, it's like constantly spawning everything. You get like mushrooms and you can always survive. Or you can take the high road and just not even bother and dodge mushrooms until you need one. And also you can get instant firepower of death upon Mr. Firebirdo. Probably should have stopped here. I probably should have saw the writing on the walls. It was only 20 minutes in the recording. I'm like, I have enough editing. I didn't really have any editing. I had fast forwarding, and that doesn't necessarily count as taking stuff out of the recording without any consent or regard for human life, because it's dangerous to go alone and take things out of things. Like, if you just erase part of the timeline, you might have to go back to the future and try to relieve your siblings of their livingness, and you might be looking at a photograph. I want your photograph. All I got is a photograph. I kind of forgot the words of that song, but I'm pretty sure I played bass on a cover of it for a High School Musical band thing that happened at some time. I don't know where that even came from, because I said something about something, and now I completely forgot where I was going with anything. Oh, because the Marty McFly in the photograph, and right, it had nothing to do with anything, exactly. So this level is kind of neat if you are, like, aware that the flames, they go off screen and they don't really care about where you're standing. And yeah, these guys are legitly pretty dangerous without a spin jump. It's pretty cool. But yeah, the lava things that fire at you, they kind of sometimes will not be on screen, but also have a projectile. You gotta pay attention, because, sometimes it just doesn't, you don't notice or something. You're paying attention to nothing else, because there's nothing in front of you, and you just kind of, step into flame that... I kind of just described what's going to happen in about 5 seconds. I don't think you really wanted to know that until you actually saw it, but I just figured, hey, I just felt like saying it, and there's a bridge here, and I can't get into either of those pipes. Maybe if I use the cheat that enables stuff, I think there's a cheat that says you can go through walls, or if you're playing in the tester zone and you get yourself stuck, you can always remove a block of tile so that you can fall into a pit. And it's a pretty helpful hint, because sometimes you don't put enough enemies, or you kill all the enemies, and you cannot end what you're doing unless you actually close out of the thing. And considering it takes like some time getting used to and getting all the loading things up in the way, it's a lot easier to just make yourself dieted. And also there's background lines that are going on. Not really sure where they come from, or even if they're in the game, but I did see them in the game, but now they're kind of moving in unison with each other, and it's kind of weird. I don't know, this is just a little room. Not really sure what the point of this room is. There's yeah, like you just do this, and then you get a few coins, and also get rid of some enemies. But I don't know how the one on the land did, but I can understand why the one that's floating, because he was kind of in the air while the earthquake shook. And you know, when you have float currently enacted on yourself, you learn the magic spell from getting to level 20 something to level like frick. I forget which level you absolutely need to be for that one section in Final Fantasy IV. You know, the one where you kill a Koopa with a coin, and also there's like just death tiles everywhere, and you need to be at a certain level with a certain person, and I forget her name, but yeah, if you're not, you don't have float, and yeah. Yeah, that certainly happened. I'm also overtired. You should probably recognize that as something that sometimes happens when someone is rambling on about nonsense in a video, and it never has anything to do. It cannot have anything to do with the video, because that would just make too much sense. So I'm just gonna do that and continue on, and I don't know why I didn't do anything to this piece of footage, because I guess because that happened and I magically didn't take any damage, and man, something happens here. I said I don't know what the point of that is, but actually the point of that is so you don't have to skip this section, which is like really challenging. Actually, it's like, I guess it's not really hard, but you have to do a thing and you have to not get hit by the flame. And I guess if you don't have any power-ups or something, I guess I could see how that could be slightly terrifying and maybe make you want to skip that part, I guess. I don't know. It's just a little section. I probably wouldn't have jumped up there anyway or something. I don't know. I haven't asked my past self lately what he likes to do in his spare time, but I can ask myself what I like to do in my spare time, and I will promptly not answer that and point my finger at what's going on in the video. And then I will direct you to my YouTube page where I have lots of videos where I talk over myself playing video games. I'm pretty sure I like playing video games, or I like to talk to myself a lot. Either of these would be a viable option of true. I got a double kill there. I think I even included the words double kill, and I was very surprised I got past that. 'Cause there was kind of a slope there, and I could have easily got damaged. And then not yet, but I say double kill later on, or I don't say it, but I get a double kill. And I'm like confused with myself because I've never played any game that uses that thing, but I've watched LPs. And now that I'm saying that, I remember that actually sometimes Counter-Strike does it, and those were the best maps, because sound effects are, they usually make everything more worthwhile, of course, and I wasn't sure if it was Unreal Tournament, but I'm thinking more that it's Quake, but this information is kind of not important, even if it did have to do with the video game. But I was more referring to Distorted Travesty, which I would really like more if I could understand the controls and the physics, because I don't know, I played it once and I didn't really kind of find it nice or something. I don't know what I'm saying. People need to get on making Mega Man X hacks, but you know, now that we got Peach, I mean, it's kind of like having an air dash, and I don't know. I don't know where I'm like going with this. I guess at this point in the video, I will start like totally not spoiling something that at the end of the video I was like, oh, I'm gonna make this really interesting SMBX hack thing, and I don't even know if I can do it now. Oh hey, the recording stopped, but it still went on with the numbers or something, or I was still talking or something. I probably should have stopped, but yeah, the commentary is gonna end abruptly. That's fantastic. But that's what I get for editing my videos, and there's also another one coming up, so it's really gonna screw it up. It might be already existing on your end, I have no idea at all. But yeah, I want to make an open world type, no level, but stuff. I don't know. I don't know how it would work, because when I thought I could just have as big a levels as I wanted, it would have worked out a lot better, but now I don't know. I guess it would work better if the levels that I was working on weren't for a collab and I could just split levels up and stuff, but I don't really feel comfortable splitting levels up like that. So yeah, I edited this. I did something about it, so you don't have to. I think there's a few too many breakable blocks, so that, I mean, take my word for it with a grain of salt, but there was a lot of blocks, and then I was afraid, but the hitbox for standing above pits is kind of, by and large, for no reason whatsoever. Yeah, that's where the magic happened, and I said some things, and I already went through what I said there, so that's pretty interesting. Yes. I ran out of commentary again. What will I do? I don't not remember to forget to brush my teeth after every meal with St. John's wort, which they don't even make the correct kind anymore, because fluoride's kind of bad for you if you weren't like aware of this, but you might not, and it's completely understandable. But you know, watch my videos for helpful tips about life and also playing video games. Here I do a thing that will maybe makes one person feel better about themselves, but and I do it again too, and I magically don't die that time because there was a Koopa, and the shell, like, because you can't climb on vines with the shell holding, it kind of screwed me up there, and that's kind of weird that a glitch in a different game would like kind of screw me up, but that's how used to it I am. It's kind of funny like that. I was very scared of this event coming up, but, or, well, the event that passed. It depends on where you are, because it might be just have happened, or, like, happened, like, 10 minutes, seconds ago, and the video is already over for you. I don't know. I can't really do anything about it. I mean, I guess I could have, but, you know. Not really, because I needed to fast forward things, but then again, the fast forwarding wouldn't have affected the thing, because the other thing can't do two audios, even though it's like, whatever, not gonna get into all that. That does not matter, but the level's about to end, possibly already for you.